Yes, life can be wonderful if you're not afraid of it. All it needs is courage, imagination. What is there to fight for? Everything! Life itself isn't enough. What is there to fight for? Life is a beautiful, magnificent thing.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Quandary Quest. This episode is going to be a little conversation between my significant other and I, and we're just going to jump right into it. And all of the research we kind of put in afterwards and made a video out of it, and just kind of make it more interesting, something to look at, and some kind of proof to back up the things that we're talking about, or evidence to support that we're wrong. Either way, whichever way it goes. But here it is. I hope you enjoy it.
Is that
Sounds like somebody
Admiral
related
Byrd?
to Admiral Byrd, yeah.
Marie Birdland?
Marie Birdland.
It's a pretty fucking big chunk.
Ah. In Antarctica?
Yes. I'm trying to find this picture ain't showing right. It's like cut off up there. Okay. Right here. Look at all that. Marie Birdland. West Antarctica. It's a huge chunk.
That's kind of
So,
like the back part of it, too.
Right. And so where did he like dock essentially? Do you know?
I have no idea. But he had like 5,000 troops.
Yeah. Which is kind of a ridiculous, insane
Yeah.
amount
How
for
many
back then.
did any of them stay?
And you could think about how long those voyages last and how much food it would take to feed those men for that long. And then the trip back. Just it seems really unfathomable for that period.
Unfathomable. Unfathom. Without fathom.
Alright, dog, you stressing me.
So, Marie Birdland, huh?
Marie Birdland, yep.
Marie Birdland. Sounds like a name. Here, let's see what ChatGPT says. What can you tell me about Marie? Is it Marie?
Yes. What was Admiral Byrd's first name?
Oh, shit. You asked me too quick.
Byron?
No. Shoot. Richard.
Yeah. Admiral Richard E. Byrd led multiple expeditions to Antarctica between the 20s and the 50s.
It's an unclaimed region of Antarctica, apparently.
How's it unclaimed if it's named?
1.6 million square kilometers, or 620,000 square miles. Wow.
Why would it be unclaimed?
It is one of the most isolated places on Earth and remains one of the largest unclaimed territories by any sovereign nation.
That makes no sense. Why would somebody not?
They say it's not claimed, but it's named. That's a claim, is it not?
It's a type, at least.
Yeah. If I name something, usually if you name it, it's yours.
He established research bases on the Ross Ice Shelf.
Yeah, I heard.
Including Little America 1.
Little America 1?
Which was the first American base on the continent.
Wow. Yeah. Unlike most of Antarctica, which is claimed by various countries, marine bird land remains largely unclaimed due to the Antarctic Treaty System, which freezes territorial claims and prohibits new claims while promoting scientific cooperation.
So it's just for science.
I guess. It's a
supposedly
middle ground, apparently. Volcanism. The region is covered by thick ice sheets and is home to multiple subglacial lakes. What? Subglacial lakes and mountain ranges, including the Ford Ranges. Region is sparsely studied, but focuses on climate change, ice dynamics, and subglacial ecosystems.
Look at this. Special locations here. The Little America 1, located near the Bay of Whales. This was the first American base on Ross Ice Shelf. Bowling Advance Base, located 123 miles south of Little America. Byrd spent 5 months alone at this weather station during the winter of 1934.
What the hell do you eat?
Right? For
blubber?
And then
It's named after his bird. No, yeah, his wife. Okay.
This swath of Antarctic territory was explored during his second expedition. It's hard to put the word explored in front of something if you haven't found anything. You know?
Well, I mean...
Explored insinuates that there was something to explore.
Well, apparently he did, but...
Okay, here's the thing. If you go through the dry, barren, empty desert and you walk for miles, do you say you explored the desert? Hell no. There's nothing to explore. There's nothing to find. If it's barren and there's nothing there, there is no exploration.
I don't think it's based on that. I think it's based on intent. Like, your intent is to seek. You're seeking for something. When you're walking through the desert, you just want to get out of there. You're not looking for anything unless it's just water. But he was actually actively looking for things. That's why it's an exploration.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Still, it just seems off there.
But supposedly, according to
like I said,
fake books,
okay, but even with intent,
something.
Is it possible to explore a desert? I mean, underneath, sure, but
that's
general,
just what they tell us that it is. You know,
that's what I'm saying. To use the word explore in a barren land,
supposedly barren,
right?
Yeah.
Now you say explore the ocean. There's stuff to explore because there's islands. There's
animals,
there's underneath, there's
underneath.
Yeah. We don't talk about the deep ocean.
Yeah.
No.
What is it?
That's another conversation.
Or something?
That's another conversation.
Yeah.
They could go into it on that one.
Like Subnautica when you're out in the middle of nowhere and it's just black beneath you. Ugh.
But, yeah, it's just... Like,
why use that word?
Because this isn't a word that is intensive right now. It's a legit, he explored. He did do it. Something he did, like, you know what I mean? Like, it just seems like there was something to it. What did he find on that exploration? Like, named after Byrd's wife, the swath of Antarctic territory was the swath of Antarctic territory was explored
during his second expedition. I want to know if anybody stayed behind and who left and why 5,000 people.
I wonder how many people died.
Yeah,
because you got to assume quite a bit for that being that long ago with not as many advancements and in that fucking climate for that long.
I heard that it can get negative 130 degrees. Now, I don't know if that's Celsius or Fahrenheit. But
feels like negative 305.
Yeah. Either way, that is pretty fucking low.
He hitting his table.
It's okay. But yeah, that's no thanks. I want to keep my fingers and toes and just like that, what was it called? That woman opened the door and it was just like...
Oh, yeah, it was like a
nightmare.
Like a level... It was like, kind of like level something. It was like a...
Code or something?
No.
Code red... Code blue. Code white.
It wasn't system.
It
wasn't level.
Like it was they were trapped inside of a tornado of snow. It was crazy. Yeah. She opened the door and it looked like Twister out there. Just...
You imagine getting hit in the face with that?
Oh my God.
Freeze.
I think you probably just get swept away and you die. That'd be it.
It's crazy how, Like, because they don't look as bundled up as they should.
Right.
You know?
Right, yeah.
How do you withstand
There's
that
like
shit?
the
And what if
inside of their place is freezing, and they're like,
the
"Yeah, it's fine."
whiteout of the snow made you blind to the fact where you couldn't tell where you were going and you started going the wrong way.
That is a
just
thing.
For a fucking second.
That is a thing, I think. It's like
the
snow blindness or something.
Right, it's like the equivalent of just like, you know, being plunged deep in the ocean and swimming towards the wrong way, you know, like, obviously if it's, your eyes are open and you're paying attention, you can tell which way's up from the bubbles, but what if you're in the pitch fucking black, like, for whatever reason, you're in the depths of the ocean, you know?
Terrifying.
What I mean?
Terrifying thought.
Yeah, and you can't see.
Like
you
Titanic.
don't know which way's up.
Out in the middle of the northern Atlantic, all those people.
Could you imagine just being like...
freezing to death.
It's cold, frantically scared about what could be in there with you, and swimming, and then somehow you find out after swimming for a second, even swimming even further down into the abyss. Like, just the thought of that.
Well, they say follow the bubbles.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can't see the bubbles if you're in the dark.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You can't see anything.
That's true. But I mean...
And if it's that fucking cold, you're not going to feel it.
Why
either.
would you be down that far unless you were like in a submarine?
That's why I said
something.
for whatever reason.
And you'd probably be dead because of the pressurization.
Well, unless you were attuned to it.
Yeah. But I guess the bottom of a lake doesn't have to be that deep, and I'm sure it's pitch fucking black.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about that.
Which is crazy, because then you think about the densities of all these other creatures that can withstand that kind of pressure.
Yeah, I know, but they're like...
Not just the temperatures,
they're like
but
gelatinous.
the densities.
Yeah.
But they're not all gelatinous, that's the
No.
thing. Some of them have a regular structure.
Yeah.
And it's like, how's that?
Yeah, we can't make anything out of metal that will withstand the pressure, but they're just down there crawling around.
And that makes you wonder why they haven't utilized those organisms more to make equipment.
Well,
I know it's way down there, and even pulling anything up from that deep is insanely hard and costs a shitload of money.
Yeah. Yeah. When James Cameron apparently went down there...
Trip.
He said it was barren like the surface of the moon.
I don't believe that.
They supposedly have video.
Yeah, let's see it. Where's that video?
I'm pretty sure that it's on YouTube. Let me see.
I highly doubt it's barren.
It's pretty...
He probably found one little spot of it that looked barren enough, and he's like, "Well, we're gonna take this so that nobody wants to go down here more." You know, he's working with whoever. Because they would have had to both fund and support technological and scientific advancements for him to go down there and do that. He couldn't do that on his own.
He made so much money off of Titanic. Oh yeah, he could.
No, by himself, absolutely not.
He made
the money. Yeah, sure. That's the money.
He literally
but
like invented a submersible or something. I don't know.
That's fine. That's fine. But I very highly doubt that he did it himself. Very highly doubt that. I'm not saying he doesn't have some knowledge, but he's not a fucking NASA scientist. He's not a NOAA scientist.
Is that what it is?
The Challenger Deep, which is only a small part of the Mariana Trench, is something like 50 times the size of the Grand Canyon. So, this is a vast, frontier down there that's going to take us a while to understand. The whole sub actually squeezes down almost 3 inches in length when it gets to the bottom of the ocean, just because of the pressure. And the sphere that I'm in actually shrinks. The window that I look out actually pushes in toward me under 16,000 pounds per square inch of pressure. It was very lunar, very desolate place, very isolated. My feeling was one of complete isolation from all of humanity. I mean, I felt like I literally in the space of one day have gone to another planet and come back. Any of the animals that live there are adapted to this extreme pressure, this total darkness. They're usually white. They have no pigment. Some of them have eyes to see bioluminescence. Some of them have no eyes at all. It's a completely alien world.
Yeah. Did you see how that was like a second of fucking video?
Yeah.
And it was like one shot of the ground.
Yeah.
They didn't show out.
Yep.
They didn't show anything lit.
Well,
Really.
apparently there's not much to see.
But they could still show us that there wasn't much
He
to see.
made the movie The Abyss.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's obsessed with the ocean. There's got to be a reason why.
Yeah.
And why would he tell you if he did find something?
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
He's working with other
He's
people.
literally obsessed with the ocean. Even Avatar, the second one, is The Way of the Water. And the scene in there is literally parallel to the Titanic.
Yeah.
Like, they rescue each other from within a structure that's, like, filling up with water. You know, it's just... He is obsessed with the ocean. And then he, on his spare time, he goes in submersibles to the Marianas Trench. But nobody knows about it.
Yeah.
Nobody I know, no average person knows that happened. You know? Why isn't that news?
Yeah.
We've
it's
always
never
heard
been
that-
done before. and
Yeah,
told
that
it's
should be like,
impossible and-
oh my god, you know, in the 1800s, that'd have been a thing. I mean, like, first man to the bottom of the ocean, you know? Like, it'd have been a big deal. How come we didn't hear about that? You know? Or was it just so buried in all other bullshit that it was there for 2 seconds and then it was gone, you know? Which is also a possibility. Because news goes so fast nowadays, you know?
Is that not ran by that, just by this?
Yep. It's plugged into...
It's not a dual.
Nope.
I get confused by which one's which. You got Operation High Jump.
Operation High Jump? Yeah, I think I actually have something on here about that.
Cruiser Minotaur fights against a flying saucer. Photo provided by History Channel at midnight.
What's that on?
So the History Channel, it was provided by the History Channel at midnight. But the flying saucers look like it was people from the 1960s created it.
Yeah, it doesn't look quite real.
Yeah,
But you know, it's crazy because people
looks like
say
a dinner
that
plate.
it's like some type of soldier helmet or something. Okay, so it says High Jump was a U.S. Navy Antarctic expedition launched in 1946 and 47, led by Richard E. Byrd, Admiral. It was
People are saying it's fiction, though.
What?
Operation High Jump.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
We were talking. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, this is saying that I mean, it's ChatGPT. It sources from all over the place, and I've heard it from several places.
I've heard it
not just
about it
this.
multiple times.
I feel like that it is real, but what happened, we're being lied to about. You know.
But do you know what happened? They say happened.
Yeah, there were saucers surrounding them, and they even had a swastika on them. And then they led them to basically the inner Earth. He, like, didn't have control over his ship anymore. But I don't know what expedition that was. You know, was it the first or the second or whatever? I don't know which one it was, but I know that there were flying saucers, and they took control of his aircraft and led him to apparently within. And he spoke with someone higher up in there, like president or whoever, their leader, and yeah, basically had some messages to convey back to our people. And then they let him back out and gave him control over his plane again after he got back in.
It's weird because this is World of Warships history. like a game.
World of Warships.
But
Yeah.
anyway, this is... We're talking about the well-known Battle of Antarctica, also known as Operation High Jump, during which, in 1946, USA task forces went to Antarctica to destroy the remaining bases of the Fourth Reich and capture a new unique armament, flying saucers.
What is this? Okay, this is like the conspiracy theory.
Yeah, this is the whole... Yeah.
What is that? Medium? Medium.com?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, that's like the
whole thing,
conspiracy
yeah.
theory, because apparently the whole thing is that Hitler knew that there was some advanced
just
technology somewhere, and he thought it might be hidden in Antarctica, and that the Aryan race was
Yes.
to be connected with it. That's why he thought that it was so great,
Yeah.
because he thought that they held some type of advanced technology. Dude was on some meth or something, though. Have you ever seen the video of him, like, tweaking out of his mind? I'm gonna go to that website.
However, on March 3rd, 1947, the squadron was attacked by the enemy and forced to flee. The expedition failed, but 71 years later, players had a chance for a rematch. In the mode, a team of 12 ships faced 12 flying saucers. In the German archives, our researchers found drawings of the Flying Saucer series with innovative electromagnetic gravity engines. In 1935, the Thule Society was looking for a location to test a new powerful armament. The Hahnberg testing ground in northwest Germany was well suited for this. The project was referred to as the Hahnberg device, and later, for security, its name was shortened to Onhanabu.
On Hanabu?
No, the on part was a mouth typo. The early Hanbu was 25 meters in diameter, held a team of 8 people, could reach a speed of 4,800 kilometers an hour, and its operation time was 18 hours. According to the documents, a few prototypes were constructed but later disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Witnesses said that the Thule Society left Germany in 1945 using flying saucers.
Interesting. I feel like I've heard of that name before, but I never looked into it. But I feel like I've heard that name for sure.
But I think that might, like I said, have something to do with the game. I don't know how accurate that is to what the real...
it says medium.com. That's like some type of... I don't know. It says human stories and ideas on the homepage here. A place to read, write, and deepen your understanding. So, I mean, that is like the type of stuff that the actual conspiracy says, though, you know? So it's just like another little thing to kind of delve into, if anything. Just something to chew on. You know?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there are a lot of things that are actually in plenty of other stuff about Hitler. And, flying saucers and... Yes, Daphne, you gotta lay down, baby.
Okay, so this... this is kind of a summary. This is on Cora. What did Admiral Byrd see in Antarctica?
Yep. Written by some Joe Schmo.
Pierre, he's French, so you know he's right.
Yeah, Pierre Francois.
Admiral Richard E. Byrd was...
Admiral.
You've never heard Admiral?
Admira?
Was an American naval officer and explorer known for his pioneering expeditions to Antarctica in the early 20th century. His journeys significantly contributed to the understanding of the continent and its geography, but they also generated a wealth of intriguing stories and theories about what he encountered during his explorations. Byrd's first major Antarctic expedition took place from 1928 to 30. He and his team conducted extensive aerial surveys and mapping of the region, discovering previously uncharted areas. One of his notable achievements was flying over the South Pole on November 29, 1929, making him one of the first people to do so. His observations included vast expanses of ice and snow-covered mountains, along with unique geological features that had never been documented before. Throughout his expeditions, Byrd reported on various phenomena he encountered. For instance, he noted the extreme weather conditions, including tempestuous storms and sub-zero temperatures, which posed significant challenges to his team. Byrd also described stunning landscapes from towering icebergs to vast glaciers that showcase the raw beauty of the Antarctic wilderness. In the later years of his explorations, particularly during Operation High Jump from 1946 to 47, Byrd led a large-scale military expedition to Antarctica involving thousands of personnel and several ships and aircraft. The operation aimed to conduct scientific research and establish a U.S. presence in the region after World War II. Byrd's team carried out extensive studies on geology, biology, and meteorology, expanding scientific knowledge about the Antarctic environment. Among the more controversial elements associated with Byrd's expeditions are claims regarding his encounters and strange phenomena and even alleged sightings of advanced civilizations. In his diary, Byrd wrote about experiencing unusual atmospheric conditions, including mysterious warm regions and strange lights in the sky. Some conspiracy theories have sprung up around these accounts, suggesting that Byrd discovered hidden lands or advanced beings. But these ideas lack credible scientific backing. Moreover, Byrd's expeditions were pivotal in establishing... I can't talk.
You were doing great until that moment.
I feel like my mouth is dry. I'm just having a hard time.
Take a drink of water.
That's better. Moreover, Byrd's expeditions were pivotal in establishing the importance of international cooperation. And I know I fucking lied. Byrd's expeditions were pivotal in establishing the importance of international cooperation in Antarctic exploration. It's just the way that they word everything is just like fucking...
Moreover.
Yeah.
Byrd's
When you try to say...
establishing the importance of
expeditions
international...
pivotal, establishing importance, international cooperation, Antarctic exploration. That's like a
You
fucking...
totally just did it.
Yeah, no, that's because I'm thinking about it. His work laid the groundwork for future scientific endeavors and treaties such as the Antarctic Treaty System, which promotes peaceful collaborations among nations in the region.
Region.
Yeah. So...
That's basically a summary of his...
basically saying there's more out there and it's been held from us since. That's why the Antarctic Treaty exists. It's because nobody wants any of their freaking people to go there because the government and, the military have the upper hand so long as they have the info and we don't.
What else would the government and, all the governments be guarding it from? Why would they guard you from going there if it was just an ice thing, If it was just a giant sheet of ice, why can I not go there? If it's free range and it's peaceful and all these countries agree that it's a neutral territory, if I want to go and die in a negative 130 degree temperature, I should be allowed to do that, I want to go see what's down there. And they won't let me because they won't even let you step foot on it. They barely even let you get close enough to see it.
The Antarctic ice sheet is the largest on Earth, covering 90% of the world's ice. It's up to 4.5 kilometers thick at its deepest point. only about 2% of Antarctica is ice-free,
2%.
including some coastal areas and the McMurdo dry valleys.
Maybe that's near where it touches South America or something, maybe?
That's where all the milk is.
What?
2% milk.
2%.
If the only 2% isn't covered, then that's the milk.
No.
That's how that works.
I prefer vitamin D myself. Though, you know, they say milk's not good for you at all, but...
Antarctica has many saline lakes. Antarctica has freshwater lakes, including underground lakes.
Yep.
Has mountain ranges.
Subglacial lakes.
Mountain ranges such as the Transantarctic Mountains that divide Antarctica into East and West Antarctica.
Huh.
Blood Falls, a blood-red waterfall.
From the iron content, I think they say.
Ice Finger of Death.
What?
I actually know about
Ice
that.
Finger
That's-
of Death?
It's a real thing. I've seen videos of it, and it's like this. It literally looks like an ice finger, and it's in the ocean.
Is like an iceberg shaped like a finger?
It literally looks. It's like, it's the water, and I can't remember what happens. There'll be like starfish and everything else down there in the water,
It freezes?
and suddenly it'll be like a finger comes down. It literally looks like a freaking finger, and it's like a mist, and it just slowly goes down. And as soon as it touches the bottom or touches one of the creatures, it just like instantly freezes that creature and kills it, and it starts like spreading.
I don't know if it would kill it. You think it would kill it?
At that temperature, hell yeah.
It might just go into deep hibernation. You know? It'd be like
No.
cryo chamber.
That's why it's called Ice Finger of Death and not Ice Finger of Hibernation.
That's true.
The temperatures are insane.
Oh, you know what that reminds me of? Subnautica. Because there's those pointy little ice finger of deaths up underneath the pieces of ice. And if you touch them, you'll lose a whole bunch of health. Mar Sem Fim. A ghost ship in Antarctica? Mar Sem Fim? Keep hitting the table.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I'm not perfect.
Sorry, I can't be perfect.
It's just too late.
And we can't go back.
I'm sorry.
I can't be perfect. What is it? Mar Sem Bim.
Yep.
Mar
Hank Pym.
Sem Pim? Pin?
No.
Pim?
Mar Sem Fim.
Fim?
F-I-M.
Mar Sem Fim. Good. Never heard of it. I literally have never heard of
Me
that.
neither. And yet it's under features of Antarctica.
Featuring many features.
Like it literally gives all these non-fictional things. These are all nothing. It has said nothing about conspiracies or weird or
right,
suspicion.
and then that's in like the details.
And other features. Yeah.
Interesting. Do you have a screen recorder on your phone?
I'm not doing that. I don't have room for all that. I just can't. My phone's already acting slow because all the videos and pictures I have on there as it is. I need to downsize.
You just need to put them on the computer is all. Yeah? Free up the space and put them on the hard drive.
Yeah. A lot of that stuff's work stuff too.
Yeah,
I
you can
refer to
probably
it whenever.
delete.
But most of
it.
that is so old, yeah, I wouldn't need to refer to it.
Alright, so Mar Sem Fim, often stylized as Mar Sem Fim, okay, with an E instead of an I, meaning endless sea in Portuguese, is the name of a Brazilian research vessel that became famous after it sank in the Antarctic in 2012.
How's it a ghost ship and it's only been there since 2012?
The incident led to speculation and eerie imagery of the ship trapped in the ice.
Was it so there was an expedition in 2012?
A Brazilian research vessel. Yeah.
That's strange. That's strange right there.
It was a what?
It's magic,
No. Right. Never believe it. I never believe. Mar Sem Fim was a Brazilian yacht and research vessel.
Who's going and
research
researching
yacht?
on a freaking yacht?
To Antarctica? You're going in a yacht? A research yacht? How big is this? I mean, there are pretty big yachts, I guess. That's pretty crazy, though.
Yada, yada, yada.
Maybe a yacht is just the type of boat, you think? I always think of fancy yacht as like you live. It's like a home for a rich person on the water. Yacht, you can live in there. You know, I don't know.
Sounds German.
But it's just weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Used for scientific and documentary purposes. In April 2012, it was trapped in ice and sank under the Ardley Cove, close to the Antarctic Peninsula. The ship was owned by journalist João Lara Mesquita, who used it for expeditions and environmental research.
What? What's the name?
João?
Wow, from this
João?
distance, it looked like it said Jolio. I was like, that's Julio.
It's Joao.
I know, I can see that now once
But
I got
the A
closer,
has
but
the
from this distance, for whatever
tilde.
reason, it looked like it said Jolio.
João? I think João. Lara Mesquita, who used it for expeditions and environmental research. A sudden storm with strong winds and shifting ice crushed the hull. Oh, jeez. Leading to flooding and eventual sinking. The crew was rescued. Oh,
Only 4.
Yay. 4? That's it?
Chilean Navy personnel. Okay.
Chile has Navy stuff down there? Really?
Well, that's weird too. I thought. So what were they both doing there? Brazil and Chile at the same time.
I'm assuming that all the countries at least have a few people there, and there's always people patrolling. Maybe countries do shifts. Australia, you get Saturdays.
Well, it's funny though, isn't it? Because supposedly, it's not much of it isn't really owned per se, but everything it's named, it's American.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't
Or British.
You don't hear.
There's some British things.
Yeah, like Queen something and stuff like that, but still, it's English. Which is very strange. You'd think if they were all sharing in on it or not claiming anything, then that wouldn't be McMurdo Station and this and this and, like, it's just all...
Well, maybe...
I mean, I guess I'm just speculating here. I haven't really looked at every place to really know that, but everything that comes to mind is of our language.
Yeah. Well, my question is, how is it called a ghost ship when nobody died and it was recent? It was an apparent empty ship. And the only reason it was a, quote, ghost ship was because you could see it was partially visible beneath the clear Antarctic waters, frozen and preserved under the ice, creating ghostly images that circulated online. That's the only reason they call it a ghost ship. Not because of people dying, but only a crew of 4? Doesn't that seem like not enough people to be trekking to Antarctica?
A research vessel.
Yeah. How many people are doing the research? Who's doing the driving? And how they're taking shifts? How long does it take to get to Antarctica? How long does it take to boat there? How long does it take to boat to the place that they are specifically?
Yeah.
So, why only 4 people? Wouldn't there be shifts or something? Like, somebody... You drive this many hours, I'll drive this many hours. Or maybe not. Maybe Maybe they're just like, take us there,
apparently
Captain.
What the yacht looked like.
Oh, that's considered a yacht. Okay, well, yeah, never mind. I think of like, yeah, a rich person's water
Look.
house.
It's not very big at all.
It doesn't look like
And
it, but I think
is-
it's bigger than it.
That's a Japanese
Yeah.
thing, right?
Well, that might be this.
It's supposed to be Brazilian. No, it's Mar Sem Fim. It's this exact boat.
Well, Portuguese, their flag might be the same or similar.
Portuguese.
Oh, shit. Brazil. Oh. No. It's not.
Oh, look up Japan real quick. That's plain as day.
Yeah, let me see. Fin.
What the
Brazilians. It says Brazilian right there too.
This is...
Wait a second. The Brazilian flag is green and yellow
Look at this. Okay, listen.
with like a planet.
What the
On it.
hell? Okay, so you got, look.
And the Japanese flag is white with the red dot,
Look.
just like
Right.
the
So that's
ship.
Japanese.
Yeah.
They say it's Brazilian. It has English on it being promoted. It has freaking whatever language that is. That's
Sabe.
completely different. That's like Arabic. And then you got back here. Look at this. That looks Indonesian or something. And then Mar Sem Fim. That's like what? Latin? Italian?
It's Portuguese, apparently, they said.
What? So what the hell's going on here? Why are so many countries?
Yeah, why is it... It says it's a Brazilian research vessel, but it has the red dot right there, like
Everything
Japanese.
points to another. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Hold on. What if we looked at the people on that? I wonder if they're, advocates for different places. People who are on it.
What do you mean? They were from different places?
Yeah.
Like the researchers?
Yeah. What were the name of the researchers on the Mar Sem Fim when it was sinking?
Name of Mar Sem Fim. The researchers were a documentary film crew, this says.
That's not researchers.
Led by Brazilian journalist and entrepreneur João Lara Mesquita.
Yeah, we know that,
The
but
entire
who's the
crew was
rest?
rescued. The owner and leader, João Lara Mesquita,
It's not going to say anybody else. It's literally
No.
not telling you anybody else.
yeah, just... Yeah, it doesn't want to... Well, at least not on there. Four crew. It is a ghostly image, but yeah.
I can't find it.
Crew...
It won't tell me the rest of their names.
Crew members of... Sem...
Oh, whoa. Look at this.
It just says, consisted of her as the skipper with a small crew of additional members. Though the exact number of crew is not widely documented, the yacht is known for its solo sailing expeditions
Look.
by her in Antarctica. What?
Yeah. Listen, the fact they say that they don't know. First it was 4, then they don't know, and then look what this one says. This is even different.
How far away is it, my question?
Get the fuck off there, ad. Jeez. Where was it?
What's this from?
Amusingplanet.com. I lost it now. Hold on. Okay. The yacht that belonged to Brazilian journalist and entrepreneur was manned by 4 crews. Not 4 people.
4 crews who were filming a documentary when the boat capsized.
Strong winds.
Yeah.
Wait. Didn't they just say it was
Waves
like
of more
essentially
than-
an ice sheet or a fucking iceberg or something that crushed the hull and that's what caused it to sink?
That's what ChatGPT said.
Well, this says strong winds in excess of 100 km per hour had tossed the boat from one side to the other like a bucking bronco in a rodeo.
Yeah,
With their vessel trapped in ice, the crew radioed for help. And then it says, all 4 researchers...
Trapped in ice, crushed the hull. A storm with strong winds and shifting ice crushed the hull, leading to flooding and eventual sinking.
That doesn't make any sense either. Listen, all 4 researchers were eventually rescued.
So it's not
but
crews.
Bad weather delayed the process for 2 days. How would they survive 2 days in the Antarctic water?
In bad weather.
Yeah. Then the strong winds and high waves. The boat Frey came to us. Our evacuation was epic. Waves of more than 1.5 meters and winds of over 40 knots made the boat jump from one side to another.
Like a bucking bronco. Huh. 3 Chilean crew members. I don't know. It just doesn't add up. Were they borrowing a ship from Japan? Why is that red dot on there? Excuse me, where'd my voice go? Why is that red dot on there? You know? And why is it so sketchy when it comes to trying to find out who the crew was? I typed in crew members. Apparently it's a TV movie in 2002.
Listen to this. The boat lay in about 30 feet of water, preserved and visible from above, for almost a year, until her recent rescue in 2013. They managed to return to the site, and when the weather cooperated, sent divers who wrapped strong lines under the hull and attached them to inflated buoys on either side. The buoys were continuously inflated, slowly raising the vessel that had been underwater for almost a year. Once the vessel was surfaced, it was towed back to the shore where the researchers recovered their equipment, and the Mar Sem Fim will most likely head for salvage. The ship was reportedly insured for $700,000. However, the breached hull and damage from being submerged for 10 months would seem to indicate the vessel is beyond repair.
Duh.
It indicates that.
No, you don't say. Jeez. Yeah,
Okay. What? The sinking. Look, this is apparently the sinking of the ship.
that's the... Wait. I put crew members of Mar Sem Fim 2021. Is that a movie? Is that the movie?
Probably.
Because it lists people.
Yeah. That's from the movie. Here.
Interesting that they did it on 2021 when it sank in 2012, right?
Yeah. Look, this is apparently the sinking, right? It's right there. You got all this ice around. We got the water. You can see them taking pictures of different until it's like mostly submerged, right? Well, if that's really it sinking, then where are the waves and the wind and everything that made it sink?
Yeah, it looks pretty... I mean, not that you could tell.
Yeah, but the
from a
water,
photo.
all that ice is, you know,
yeah,
you don't
where's
see any
the
waves.
big waves? Is that well, that could be a wave. No, that's not a wave. No, that's there. I mean, it is choppy a little bit in that picture.
If it was high winds, though, like they said, you'd be able to see some sort of grainy look. It wouldn't be that clear.
Yeah, I don't know. None of the story adds up.
There's the rescue.
Really. The fact that they could sink that damn boat and then rescue it.
So, the rescue.
Oh, here we go. Plino de Castro.
Where's the crew
Leonardo.
at? Is that the crew?
Yeah.
No, here.
Oh, owner and journalist João Lara Mesquita, Plino de Castro, Leonardo Shankman. That's very interesting. Alexandra Menzies, all of whom were rescued by the Chilean Navy after the yacht sank in icy conditions. Icy conditions.
Yeah, it's just kind of crazy.
You have to ask, like, the exact perfect thing in order, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Very interesting. Yeah, I've never heard of that before. What if? I just don't understand. How far inland is that? Or down the side, you know? Especially if it thaws out like that. How does it look like that? When it looked like the other one with all that icebergs and shit. Where'd they all go?
2 days, they all melted.
I don't know. It's weird. Where is that place? How far away is it that they could just take 4 people?
Did it say where it crashed?
Where they landed? No. No.
Maxwell Bay of Ardley Cove.
Maxwell Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Maxwell Bay.
Ardley Cove.
Oh, they did.
Antarctica.
I do remember hearing of Ardley Cove. I do remember that. Maxwell Bay, Ardley Cove. Yeah. It's like that part that... Look how tiny that is. That's
Damn
crazy.
near the tip.
It's the part that's why it melts, is because it's so close to the tip of South America.
Yeah.
Just so weird, you know? It sank right there and froze.
There's like a conspiracy about a massive sea serpent that lives in that area, or that did, and that it busted through the land right there, and that's why it looks the way it did. That's why it doesn't look just broken up. It looks like something pushed through it to break up that peninsula.
Huh.
Let me see if I can.
This right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting theory. It does kind of look like it's been pushed through the bottom of South America and that little point on Antarctica. There's a Loch Ness monster everywhere, isn't there? Always some type of sea serpent. I mean, you never know. There could be some type of giant thing out there. The ocean's so vast.
Yeah.
We just never know.
Well, that's not what I was looking for, but that's pretty wild.
What's that? Possible sea serpent bones found on the ocean floor. Huh. Can you identify this mystery creature? No. It looks like it's got some type of fins. Like a plesiosaur. Is that what they're trying to get at?
This is... Over the years, I've been honored to share some amazing sighting reports, blogs, images, and videos with you all. Today I have a video which shows an animal or sea creature that is not readily identifiable. The proportions are not those of a whale, giant squid, or even a gigantic oarfish.
Interesting. Oarfish? I think I know what those are, but I'm not sure. An oarfish? Are they really flat? I can't remember. You know what an oarfish is?
I did. I can't remember what they were, honestly.
We'll probably have to be getting off here.
Yeah.
It's getting late. We will revisit this topic and many more in episodes to come.
Indubitably. There's plenty more to be said about Antarctica alone. And the water in general.
Yeah. Yeah. The ocean, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For sure. Well, that's all. Goodbye, everybody.
The trouble is you won't fight. You've given in, continually dwelling on sickness and death. There's something just as inevitable as death, and that's life. Life, life, life. Think of the power that's in the universe, moving the earth, growing the trees, and that's the same power within you.